Well, I really regret and apologize for not being with you at the dinner this evening. It is really fitting that Ajahn is honoring these two great patriots, Grant Ichikawa and Terry Shima, with Ajahn's Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award. These two gentlemen have been practitioners of the art of patriotism. And so they have devoted themselves over their lifetime of professional pursuits to also making sure that the story of those of Japanese ancestry is told in the context of trying to overcome discrimination and historical prejudice that Asian Pacific Americans and Pacific Islanders have faced in this country. In the case of Grant Ichikawa, Grant is a native-born American, and despite being a native-born, as many of you know, the United States government totally distrusted those of Japanese ancestry, and at the beginning of World War II, evacuated and interned 120,000 people of Japanese ancestry. And so, even with this kind of treatment by his own government, Grant volunteered for the military service and served in the Military Intelligence Service, which was a closely held secret during World War II in terms of what the MIS people were doing in the South Pacific. And so he started out in MacArthur's headquarters in Australia, and as General MacArthur did his island hopping towards the end of the war, Grant Ichikawa was participating in all of that and in also helping liberate the Philippines. He continued his military service, served in the Korean War, in the Vietnam War, and then left the service. But again, he had a very distinguished career in the military. On the other hand, Terry Shima was born and raised in Hawaii, and he also served in the Army, but in the European theater of operations. Terry became the public information officer for the full 42nd Regimental Combat Team and its 100th Battalion. And so he was with them towards the end of World War II, and then he brought the unit back to the United States and was their public information officer when President Truman presented the Presidential Unit Citation to the full 42nd on the Ellipse, and they had their parade down Constitution Avenue and their parade in New York. Terry then left the service, graduated from Georgetown School of Foreign Service, and had a very distinguished career in the field of as a professional foreign service officer. And in fact, after he left, he did receive the highest commendation as a foreign service officer. Subsequent to his distinguished career as a foreign service officer, Terry then became very active in the Japanese American Veterans Association, of which he became the executive director. And consequently, in 2013, President Obama conferred on him the President's Citizens Award for his very distinguished work. And then Terry also, with Grant Ichikawa, received the Congressional Gold Medal for the exemplary service of the Japanese Americans during World War II. So both in the case of Grant Ichikawa, who did receive the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor on behalf of all veterans during World War II, and Terashima, Ajahn has chosen, fittingly, two individuals who have distinguished themselves in public service. And so as I look and think about all of us who have pursued careers in public service, we can look to people like Senator Dan Inoue, Grant Ichikawa, Terry Shima, because it wasn't just of our own doing that we got to these places. It was because we were standing on the shoulders of giants like Senator Inoue, Grant Ichikawa, and Terry Shima. And for that, we are eternally grateful for the sacrifices they made and the path that they provided for us to be able to follow. So Grant, Terry, congratulations on receiving this distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award. But more importantly, from all of us and from future generations who will have benefited from your tremendous work, thanks a million and congratulations.